Greetings, boys and ghouls. This is Dr. Von Mad, and today we're going to play another round of the Sapling. Now, as you can see, we've already got our map set up. So, we're going to see what happens. I'm not real sure exactly what I'm going to do. It's going to depend on a lot of things. But I'm going to try to let the plants and the algae and stuff grow a little bit before we even get started. Alright, we've got to find out what color they want. Okay, they want yellow. So we'll start everything off in this little pool here. Now, see, I could start an experiment right here and move stuff over into the oceans as we go, but I might just do that. Start everything in here and we'll move the first one over into the ocean. That might work. That could prove to be interesting. And I'm throwing algae all over the place. Alright, now we're gonna let that go 25 years, and then I'll add some stuff and move some other things over. Right there. Now, let's go over here. Let's look at our algae. We'll grab this one here, and we're going to move him over to the oceans now. And you ask yourself, how could this naturally happen? Well, you could have a flood, rainstorm, the algae itself, its spores could get sucked up into the clouds and rained in over the ocean. A lot of things could go sideways now. So what we're going to do, okay, now, let that go to 50. You got to remember, life on land has actually not been that long. Alright, time to build us a fish. Now, we'll probably move the fish in there too, eventually, but I'm going to give him all the tools that he needs. See what comes. Alright. Well, we're going to put a fin on his back. Okay. Now, we'll come around, giving him fairly simple everything here, including crude light sensors. Now, make him like that. Now, let's see if he can survive anywhere on this map. Okay, so we're going to throw him down in this little pool, and we'll see what comes up here. Now, go ahead and add a plant at the same time. And then we'll start with something fairly simple like I always do. And we'll have to kind of adjust the leaf type and stuff to this as we go. Let's see what we get. Okay. Let's see, it's the temperature that's the issue. 20 degrees. So we need something that can go a bit warmer than that. That will just barely touch it. So let's try that. Nope. I want something a bit bigger. Okay. Lock that one off. Try that. Kind of a club moss looking thing. Now we're going to have to let this one go for till 75 years before I start adding any land animals. Some stuff has gone extinct in the interim. Let's see what we got. Okay, so one of the species of algae went extinct, but we've got several species of that. Let's look at our plants. Okay, we've ended up with quite a few varieties. Two different species of greater Olagea, or whatever that is. Now, we'll add our first land animal into this mix. And I've got an idea. Let's do this. Let's do it differently. Let's mutate an existing land animal. Alright, first thing that's going bye-bye is this. And it's developed hair. Isn't that cute? Okay. It's going to be sort of like a crocodile's high walk. That can go bye-bye. I don't think they'll let me put anything on his back there. Alright, now let's come around. Can't breathe underwater. Now that would make sort of a hybrid, but we're going to go with this. Now we're also going to upgrade the ears. And now let's go over here to traits. Make him an egg-laying mammal. And he can survive the climate, and he can. So let's see what happens. Because he can also survive in the water, so this could prove interesting. Alright, now let's see what happens. It's 81 years, we'll check it again at 100. Oh, we're at 100. Okay, let's see what we got for plants. We actually got several species of algae. Let's look at their plant. Oh, there we go. A bunch of different types of plants. Now let's look at our animals. Okay, so we've got this weird guy, Lurlicus, and a wide variety of fish. Now, I'll grab him real quick because I'm on. It's glitching out and it's still showing fish on land, which is weird. There we go. Now let's let it go for till 125 years. It's exactly everything. Okay. I'm becoming more convinced that the book of Genesis describes a process. Oh, that's not what I want to do. This is. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so we are getting some different animals. But they all kind of still look alike. No big surprise there. And they're putting their eggs on. Let's check these out now, then we'll check out the plants. Now we got one here. So far, nothing appears to have developed carnivory. Let me see if this one has, because there's something different about its muzzle. Let's see what we got. Yep, we have a carnivore. Didn't take very long either for it to develop predatory habits. That is most interesting. Alright, let's look at our algae. There's so much you can do with algae. Here. There we go. Let's look at our plants. The most advanced plants are. They all seem to be still using that same. Well, some of them have gone into these fern fronds. Now let's look at the critters again. I'm waiting to see what the fish do anything interesting. So we've actually got a predatory animal now. I'm bouncing. It's a very basic animal. I'll probably stop the experiment at 250 years. At this point, we can say the plants are thriving, quite diverse. Okay, that one went extinct. Our predator. Yeah, some sort of weird digging thing. Whoa! Check this out. We got a biped. We'll look at him in just a second. Look at this guy. He's also developed some rudimentary camouflage. Let's see here. It's eating plants and meat. But he's got hands. That's interesting. Let's see if he's got any. Let's see if his traits have changed any. Nope. Does he have any instincts? Nope. So he's just pretty well basic, except that he's now feeding on meat. But he really doesn't have any behavioral patterns. Okay, we're gonna wait a second and see if this thing comes back now. There we go. Let's let it go to 225 years now. Okay, one of the plants went extinct. Okay, now let's look at the animals. Like I said, at this point, the plants, we can tell they're doing all kinds of. See what they got going on here. We got like generalized browser, but he went extinct. Very generalized eater. That's weird. Look what this thing eats. I'm kind of curious now. It stands on its feet, which is more like something that would climb. Okay, water, move, or breathing, land. Okay, it's still a fairly. That's just odd. That's just an odd creature. Let's see where we go with this. 13 minutes into this video. We'll see what happens in 50 years and see what kind of strange creatures are. Oh, we're at the time now. We will check the plants at this particular point. Let's see. Oh, it's not very common, but it came back. It improved its hearing. Got the spinning ring. Okay. Okay, we got something with better feet, which means that it was becoming better adapted for land. But it didn't last. Or it's just a. Okay, we got something that legs. Natural. Excuse me, didn't make it. Something developing rudimentary third limbs, third sets of limbs. Okay, look at our plants now. What I would recommend if you're playing this game, give it about 5 years, 10 years before you add anything in on top of the plants. You could either plants and the algae at the same time and grow up, or if you you wanted something a little adapted to work with, I would start with the algae, let it years, then the plants, let that for 25 years, and use the fish itself as a springboard to create your land animal. That's what I would do. See, you got to remember, theologically speaking, I'm an old earth creationist that believes that God used a process like evolution to create life. Because the book of Genesis is not clear on this matter. Let's see what we got here. I like that one. I like that one. That's just weird looking. Alright, let's look at the algae now. I'm almost tempted to keep it running for a little bit to see what it does. I'll tell you what, let's take it up to 275. I was going to stop it at 250, but we'll 275. We're doing pretty good time-wise, and it's not binding the system too bad. Well, now, maybe I spoke too soon. There it goes. Alright. Now, let's see what kind of strange critters we get. Alright, so we have the original species, which is still alive and thriving, might I add. The fish, individual numbers are not great, but quite a variety. We have some, got one that's got 6 fins. It's oddball. And there's that thing with fins for feet. Okay, that one lost its eyes. This one was actually on its way to becoming megafauna. It might still be on its, oh, that's weird looking. Okay, bird. And this one here seems to be the most advanced version of this. So let's look at it. As soon as it comes on. Let's see what it does. We're 17 minutes, almost 18 minutes into this video. There we are. Okay, we got spots. And it's still a herbivore. These ears probably are letting off some heat, which is a good thing, but its feet are still pretty well the same. It spends some time in water on land. This is an interesting creature. It still has a tail. Let's look at its instincts and traits. Okay, it's still egg laying. And it has developed something. If it sees something, if it sees it, it goes to it. If it sees a light in the dark, it goes to it. So it means it's relying heavily on its optical abilities, which is interesting because the eyes are actually fairly rudimentary. But this is an interesting creature. But it's a very generalized creature. It could go in a dozen different directions at this point. I would say that's a success. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this video, and don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell to get notified, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Thanks for watching, bye-bye, and God bless.